it deserves the investment that it used to have.
Also, new details now in an 11 News Investigates exclusive. Left behind, a special education crisis. Budget documents show Howard County is not getting the funding its public school system the way it used to.
Now, parents, the teachers union, and the chair of the county council saying it's hurting students and efforts to attract and retain teachers there. Investigative reporter Tali Taylor sat down with Howard County Executive Calvin Ball to ask about his role in all of this. What'd you hear, Tali?
Investigates review of Howard County budget documents shows the school district is receiving a smaller percentage of county funding than it used to. But County Executive Calvin Ball frames that not as a disinvestment in schools, but as an investment into other sectors of the county. A delicate balancing act to keep everyone happy. In our first three stories, 11 News Investigates revealed Howard County Public Schools' significant staff vacancies in special education, funding intended for special education diverted to other students, and parents saying their concerns shared with the district's administration are met with silence. Now we're putting a spotlight on an issue first raised by a parent.
We are getting less of a piece of the pie.
The change in Howard County's funding for its public schools.
So there's less of an investment because elected officials are spending money on other things.
Kat Carter has 4 kids in the district's special education program. She says while the school district's administration has plenty of faults, part of the responsibility for the district's struggles rests with the county government.
I testified in front of the county executive.
Carter's concerns with county funding echoed by the president of the Howard County Teachers Union.
But if you look at the piece of that pie the school system is getting from the county government and from the state, it's lower and lower.
An 11 News Investigates review of Howard County budget documents shows for years prior to Calvin Ball becoming county executive, the county targeted at least 52% of its general fund budget for Howard County public schools. Ball continued that practice in his first 2 years as county executive. But since 2021, the percent of the county's general fund going to the school district has dropped, going from nearly 53% in 2021 to about 46% this school year. That's a decrease of more than 6%. If nearly 53% of the county's budget had gone to Howard County Public Schools this year, the district would have received about $108 million extra.
What's your response to that?
Well, I think that if you look at the maintenance of effort amount, in the last 5 years alone, we have, as a county, given $175 million above maintenance of effort.
Maintenance of effort, the state law that requires that funding meets or exceeds the previous year's threshold.
At that same 5-year period, you see approximately 1,300 fewer students.
Howard County Executive Calvin Ball says while the district's student population has slightly decreased, other community needs have exploded, including caring for the county's growing elderly population, an expanded police department, and additional land acquired by the Department of Rec and Parks.
They were just concerned that, things are trending in the wrong direction, that it's not approaching 50%, it's going farther and farther away from 50%.
Well, I've recognized that, of course, investment in our school system is a very important part of funding our budget. I've recognized why there are the requests. There is a finite amount of money, and we have many resources and investments that we have to make for our entire community.
But Liz Walsh, chair of the Howard County Council, doesn't buy that explanation.
You have to look at the overall percentage of what the county budget is and what proportion of that the school's budget is. And unfortunately, that is, falling short year after year. And that has a real impact in the day-to-day life of the students in those buildings.
Walsh says if the school district had that additional $108 million this year, attracting and retaining special educators would be easier. Why has that percentage gone down?
I don't know. I don't think it should. When that budget goes to the county executive, a lot of times it's cut. And there's not a whole lot that the council on the receiving end of that budget can do about it.
Ball says fixing the district's issues, including special education, isn't about money, saying solutions to those problems will have to come from district leaders.
We can't continue to just keep throwing money at a problem. There are systemic issues that need to be addressed, and I don't think they have all those answers yet, but I know they're committed to finding them.
And some breaking news in just the last few minutes. Howard County Executive Calvin Ball is announcing that he is submitting emergency legislation to increase the school's operating budget by more than $14 million. Now, a quick review seems to show that this still comes in short from what the school board requested. We will have more information on this announcement later tonight on 11 News. For 11 News Investigates, I'm Tolly Taylor.